Hello. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to all. My name is Jinrishian Emparo, and here are my fellow podcasters.
Hello, I'm John Ronald Ligad.
Hello, I'm Michelangelo Piricaberte.
Hello, my name is Amir Bernice Tolentino.
Hello, my name is Ryan Jan Angeles.
With that said, let's start our podcast. So, have you guys heard about the latest news where Alice Go left the country? Because the news story I have read about from Rappler.com emphasizes that Alice Go left the country on July 18, 2024 to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. What do you think are the reason why she left the country?
Well, after citing multiple news stories, Alice Guo flew to Malaysia allegedly to evade the Senate arrest warrant related to refusal to attend hearings on illegal PH offshore gaming operations.
And it was also reported that she traveled to Singapore where she reunited with her parents, and it was also revealed that her real name is Gu Waoping, which served as an evidence that her nationality is Chinese.
But the question is, who allowed this travesty to happen? Because Alice Guo won't be able to flew to Malaysia unless someone from the officials help her. If there is one or someone, then who?
Well, the latest news state that Gu traveled with her Philippine passport authorized. Why did she have a passport? Because the right travel and constitutional right and without court case. Gu retained that right as a supposed Filipino citizens.
The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, or PAOCC for short, also sent out initial information of Alice Gu's route on July 18, 2024 on Denpasar, Indonesia to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia via Batik Air 117. PAOCC was still confirming whether Gu really went to Indonesia or straight to Malaysia.
The government is still scrambling to investigate how Alice Guo managed to evade authorities and flee to Malaysia, with suspicion centering on the possibility she received assistance from officials. The incident has raised serious questions about corruption and the integrity of the country's immigration system.
To immigrate this case and to take precautionary measures from reoccurring or the same incident in the future, some of the possible solutions that were suggested are tightening immigration policy through improving monitoring, having a central database, and making private flights go to same procedure as commercial flights may seal the loopholes.
Furthermore, sharing information and collaboration with foreign authorities in locating and facilitating the return of fugitives and creation or strengthening of extradition. Agreements to countries that may harbor them can reinforce international cooperation, awareness among the public on the legal implications for human trafficking and other associated crimes, and transparency regarding investigation on the issue would restore confidence in the government toward eliminating such problems.
The Philippines government should improve immigration protocols, accountability measures, legacy reform, international cooperation, and increase public awareness to set clear pathways towards the prevention of a recurrent incident in the future and the establishment of integrity in its immigration and law enforcement system.
So guys, do you have any questions about our topic? Okay, no. With that being said, thank you for listening to our podcast. Then again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. That's for all today. Stay safe and thank you for watching.